If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC 25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Yeah, so we're doing the evolution videos first because EA is crazy and thinks we're all Elon Musk with 9 squads for the Musiala SBC. So let's go ahead and check out the evolutions. There's 2 different ones. One evolution, I don't care if something is expired. One evolution is going to be Les Bleus. And then there's one that's the Jude one. The Jude one I think you get if you played before FC25. I believe. So we're going to go ahead and check out the improvements that you do get for that as well. I don't think they're actually in the game. No, they are in the game, but you have to like specifically choose certain cards. And we'll see the upgrades and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so this evolution is for agility, balance, dribbling, passing, shooting, win 4 matches, composure, passing, defending, shooting. Okay, so you get Tiki Taka, Bruiser, and Trivela Plus. Okay, so you know what's interesting about this this evolution? People are giving this to center backs. I'm not against it from a stat perspective, okay? A stat perspective, because some of the improvements that you get for these evolutions, they're pretty nice. So I'm not gonna say they're not. So the stat improvements can be a very, very nice thing. But guys, in my honest opinion, does it really make sense for the longevity of the card for you to give Trivela Plus to a defender? In my opinion, I don't agree with that, right? Because with defenders, the main things for you to give them, honestly, is usually like long ball pass, if you're going to give them any sort of play style, because long ball pass is crazy, and then 3 defensive ones for the most part. Even like, I think Relentless Plus, to be honest, because I think the second man press would probably still work the same, maybe. But yeah, it would mostly have to be like actual defensive things, right? In my opinion. So we could take a look at some of the evolution choices that you have. If we go to foot.gg, we obviously have Kalulu as one of the first examples, right? Because he gets the Trivela Plus with the pace boost. Again, the stat improvements for these cards, they're nice, right? So this is the best one you have, club member reward. A lot of people did this one if they were working with the link to Thuram, right? You get some nice improvements in the pace, the passing, the dribbling department. And to be fair, as of right now, this would be a good center back. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be, right? So it's one of those situations where it's kind of like this. If you're looking at it from like a short-term perspective, then you can get the card. But if you're looking at it from like a long-term perspective, like I said, Trivela Plus is not going to be the most ideal playstyle plus to give him, right? There's probably going to be like further evolutions down the road where you can do an evolution on this guy that improves him in the right areas. But I guess it depends on how you view it, right? Because here's the thing. A card like this with Trivela Plus, technically speaking, you can play him as a right back. The pace is not in a horrible area. You do get a really big passing and dribbling boost, which is why people are giving it to these cards, right? Trivela Plus, incisive pass. Like, Trivela Plus is not as bad if you're working with it in the right back position, to be honest. It's not as bad, but at the same time, like, you know. But yeah, very good general play styles as well. Could potentially play really well in the center back position too. A couple of things there, right? Let's take a look at some of the evolved players from this, right? So yeah, it's kind of crazy because you do get a lot of center back options, to be honest. Definitely a lot of center back options. Club member reward, Le Bleu is the one that we just checked. Trivela Plus for him. See, like for me, like Konate, for instance, I think longevity-wise, this makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? Because one, you give him a 4-star, which is great. 2, you give him Trivela Plus. For me, this just makes more sense, right? Because in the center mid area, yeah, it's definitely a great playstyle. I don't know if they're ever going to nerf it anytime soon, but you can literally score Trivelas with garbage shooting on players, and that just wouldn't really be the case with Konate, right? With Konate, this is a card that, you know, you could probably give like a shadow chemistry style to work with better acceleration, better sprint speed, defensive stats in a significantly better area. And he's kind of just like really well-rounded. Like he even has shot power to work with too. So if you're greening these Trivelas with good passing, physicals in a decent area, right? Like this looks really well formatted. The main thing that I would say, right, is that you would kind of hope for an evolution down the road where, you know, you have something that allows him to kind of have like more defensive play styles. That would be a really big deal because as of right now, he has mainly just the bruiser. But in the beginning of the game, and like this isn't really that bad of a choice, to be honest. Like that's something that, in my opinion, makes more sense again for the longevity of the game. So yeah, definitely not against that. Some of the female players, center backs, I don't really look into them too much. If they were like fullbacks, I would look into it a little bit more. I mean, some of them might have like the right back position change like this card, but even still, like 84 pace would be if you've been improving her over time, right? So a lot of people are not gonna. I mean, honestly, if someone actually has that card, literally message me on Instagram. I would be shooketh, to be honest. But yeah, obviously, if you go down the sentimental route, there are some cool things that you can obviously work with, right? For sure. Like if you were to go down that route. Let's see here. So there's center back, Kalulu, Simikan. Yeah, see, so for people that want like that Al Nasser link, like they would do something like this. Yeah. Intro to stat limits, we play possession, club member reward, Le Bleu. Le Bleu is a good chain evolution, eh? Holy. If you specifically chose certain cards, you get some really good improvements, man. Really good improvements. Very interesting. Let's see here. This guy used to play for AC Milan, no? Adley, 78 pace. Even right now, this would be not horrible, to be honest. Center mid, CDM, and the cam position. Good place or a good role with the CDM. Box to box is not horrible on him, especially for the future. Mainly for the future, but that long ball pass regular with the holding plus, I think would definitely be really cool for him for sure. Let's see here. Guendouzi. Yeah, cam, but he has a center mid. Guendouzi has cam and center mid. No CDM for this guy? What? What am I seeing, bro? Huh? Wow. I guess that's how he plays for Lazio. Is he back at Lazio? Well, I guess so. He even has the Hey Jude one too. You can check that one out afterwards. The Hey Jude one might be, you know what? This is not bad, to be honest with you. In the center mid position, not bad at all. Even half winger is not a. The problem, he doesn't have any like crazy roles right now as a midfielder. Like you can use him in the cam position, but it's like using Bellingham there. Like I'd rather use someone more responsive for sure. Shadow chemistry style, good pace, good defending. I mean, he kind of seems like really well-rounded too, to be fair. So if you used him as a center mid, it wouldn't be horrible. It really wouldn't be. He's got some decent play styles to work with too. Edouard, right? So this makes more sense. Yeah. If you've been liking your physical type attackers, intro to stat limits, goal frenzy into Le Bleu. Yeah, card's not too bad. Trivela Plus makes more sense for him, again, because he's an attacker. Hunter chemistry style. As a physical type attacker, he probably would score a lot of goals, to be honest. He has good roles, too. Poacher and the advanced forward. That's actually pretty good. Pretty good. This would be the main one for now, and then obviously you would have to improve in the future. We check out chain ones, right? But if you choose to do like some of the lower rated cards as of right now, you can, but then you would have to obviously wait for further improvements down the road. Excuse me. Oh, Doué. This guy is the guy that's plays for PSG sometimes, actually. I feel like he's got to have a better card. Is that it? Intro to stat limits, Le Bleu. This one definitely improves him quite a bit. Center mid, a left wing. He's right-footed with 4-star now, so that's not horrible. Odo Bear. Spurs player. He's got to have something crazy for now. Yeah, something a little bit better on the card. 4-star Trivela Plus being added to him. Yeah, French links with Spurs players. A lot of potential to work with there too. again, you have center backs that are trending as well, like Yoro. Yoro gets a very good improvements, to be fair. If you did intro to stat limits on him, and then you did the Le Bleu one, some very good improvements there too. But again, it depends on whether or not you're okay with the Trivela for now, right? So I just personally would not go down that route personally. So Tell is another one. Physical type attacker that gets 4-star, 4-star. For him, the dribbling and passing boost is a really big deal. Really, really big deal. Good improvements on that for sure. Yeah. This is not a horrible choice. Bruiser and Tiki Taka on him too, yeah. What does he look like? Oh, so no, but you can give him a marksman technically. I mean, he's still incredibly low in the reactions department. However, Trivela Plus with regular finesse, Tiki Taka, and Bruiser actually puts this guy in a pretty decent spot. The only main thing that's low is reaction, so you would kind of have to hope for an evolution in the future that would specifically improve on that. But it's not horrible, to be honest. It's not horrible. Yeah, Maestro is the one that gives it +8 for that, right? I mean, you could technically go down this route too, but it would just make him a controlled player, which might not be super ideal for people. But yeah, Tell actually looks like he could be decent as a physical type attacker. Like, yeah, the reactions is low, but I mean, dude, he's got 98 jumping, 99 hitting accuracy as well. So definitely has physical presence in game for sure. And then Trivela again makes sense for him, 100%. Diouf. This guy was one of the informs I used for my first owner account last year. Oh, he got a big improvement. 90 pace for this guy for Great Guti and Le Bleu. That's a really huge improvement. Holy. He's left-footed too, yeah. Yeah. What's his dude, this is a nice card, honestly. If only he had more defensive playstyles. But even still, he still looks pretty good. Because he even has like good playstyle pluses too. Or I always say playstyle pluses. The roles pluses, right? He's got playmaker to kind of work out with the build up. Incisive pass and ping pass is nice to work with, and the tiki taka. So he has passing capabilities with decent passing stats. Not too bad there. We don't really look too much into the female players because as of right now, meta-wise, like most people are using the American players, but there's a lot of them that could be really cool, to be honest. Like it's not like they're bad by any stretch of the means. So you can see that people are giving it mostly to the center back cards. For Le Bleu. Konate gets one too. I think Konate has a chain one for sure. He has to. From club member reward, 100%. There's no chance he doesn't. Let's see. A lot of people did this card. Wasn't it club member reward? Or was that... Oh, no, that was Gomez. Yeah, that was... Or no, there was one that gave him a pace boost. I forgot which one that was. We play possession. Tiki-taka, long ball pass. Oh, I mean, long ball pass being added is already a huge W. And you know what? For this card, I will say a passing and dribbling boost, like it's weird to give him the Trivela. It is 100% it is, but like that's a big improvement for him because he's sloppy, right? He's a sloppy player. Very good defensively when it comes to like physical presence, out muscling people, but sloppy in the sense of like the on the ball, sometimes off the ball, sometimes. Right, just like moving with him. I think this would actually solve it, to be fair. Yeah, good reactions, good composure. Again, main thing here is that the Trivela Plus is a weird playstyle to give him. We're not going to just move right past that because it is. But I mean, it's hard to say if Evolution's going to give the center backs like better dribbling and passing like that, because passing stats like this with long ball pass and tiki taka is kind of sick. Not kind of sick, it is sick, to be fair. Yeah, definitely sick. Kalulu we already checked out. Tell we did. Upamecano. Malard is the one that's trending in the game. This is not bad to go down the route of too, because honestly, there's not that much French players to work with on that left-hand side. So There's actually a lot of teams where if you have French players and then you also have, Manchester United players, it's actually not too bad to work with because right now it would be like Bruno Fernandes and Dalot, but then you would link those two to this card, and then this card would be able to link with some French players in your team, right? So it's not horrible to go down this road as well. Roles wise, she does have advanced forward as a striker, so that's not too bad either. But I would say, excuse me, she's a little formatted in the dribbling department. Let me see what she looks like over here. Let's see. Okay, so her best one would be Intro to Stat Limits, which did give her a good improvement, and then there's this one. Yeah, the improvements are a little bit better for sure, because she's 5'7", so she probably would feel a little bit more agile in game too. But yeah, I mean, she's not bad. Trivela, Tiki Taka, Acrobatic, and Bruiser. I mean, again, you really can't go wrong with that. Bruiser is really nice to get for like some of these attackers, to be honest, because in some situations, just being able to kind of like outmuscle people in certain areas, especially when you're defending, is a big variable for sure. Let's see here. Kalulu, Konate, Terrier, Bayern Leverkusen player. French. Okay, what do you have? Let's see what he has. Martin Terrier. I don't think a lot of people went down this route, that's for sure. But I mean, again, physical type attacker. He doesn't look horrible, to be honest. 6 foot tall. It does make him a lengthy. That is a big deal, actually. It does make him a lengthy. Good play styles, to be fair. Trivela, Finesse, Tiki Taka, Bruiser, Rapid, Aerial. A couple of good things there. Let's see. Varane gets one too. So you could improve Varane right now if you didn't do the SBC. To be fair, I mean, the SBC is going to be better because he has Intercept Plus, and that's a really big playstyle to work with. Wish I never played on my RTG account. We just played on the content account. Would have had this on the RTG account or the content account. But grinding him now, But yeah, no, this card, Intercept Plus, obviously going to be way better to work with. This card is more so for the future, but again, Trivela Plus, I think it's kind of wasteful on that, to be honest. Tudam gets one. See, again, this makes more sense. This makes more sense. This card over here, let me see. Yeah, having Intercept's a big deal. Very big deal. That's one that people are going to not look at too much. However, if you were to use him as a box-to-box center mid, like, he would still do a solid job. Yeah, he could still do a solid job as a center mid. I used him sometimes as a box-to-box. Honestly, he's not bad, especially if you have him on that right-hand side. It's pretty decent. Because with the box-to-box, there is that extra variable that you can work with where you can do green time Trivelas with him. I mean, you could do it with him before, to be honest, with the way that this game is. But Trivela Plus, it's helpful. It's helpful. Box-to-box, maybe for like a Trivela pass or cross could be really cool to work with too sometimes. So not completely against that, to be honest. Not completely against that. Zidane gets an improvement. This guy was trending in the game. I'm assuming this is Zidane's actual son. Because he has like 3 different ones, I think. One's a goalkeeper. Then there's this one. Who apparently plays in La Liga. This guy any good in real life? Because that's actually impressive. Because usually when it comes to like the son of like legendary players, people are like, oh, you're not like your father, and it's kind of cringe, So if he's actually having like a decent career, then good for him. But yeah, this one is a paid one. You would have to do quite a few improvements on him. Plus for what? Oh, Playmaker plus pretty cool, actually. It's not bad at all. It's a nice card. Yeah. It is a nice card. If you choose to actually pay for something like this, it is nice. Playmaker plus, Playmaker on the cam. Controlled lengthy as well in a shadow with 99, 91, 91. That's actually really nice. Yeah, this is not bad. You know what? For midfield, you can't go wrong with this, honestly. No stuff for the CDM, but can be played there. Can be played there. He does have really high interceptions. Only Bruiser. A lot of passing stuff. Yeah, playmaker plus plus would be crazy for him, I think. He's got to have very good passing, potentially, because it is in the 80s area. But with the play styles, obviously, definitely increases quite a bit there. Todibo, 89 for pace. Again, a very good improvement in that specific area. But again, not really getting too much defensively. I mean, at the same time, he does get Bruiser. Bruiser, Jockey, and Anticipate. Yeah, but like I said, with center backs, like I just want to go down this route. Like unless I'm looking at it from like a short-term perspective. I don't think evolution should be looked at from a short-term perspective. I think a lot of people do that, but there's so many cool cards you can have, like basically Evo, you know? Becho. She looks cool. Does she have one that gives her like does she have one that gives her like a better, I guess, a dribbling boost, right? Yeah, 88's dribbling, a little bit better there. Yeah, she looks pretty cool. On a hunter, if you went down this route, intro to Stallions Le Bleu. The initial improvement's not bad either. On a hunter, good pace boost, good shooting boost. Trivella plus. Yeah, she looks good. Again, it makes sense to go down this route, right? Good play styles in general. Giving her a bruiser is helpful. Technical, trickster, quick step, tiki taka, Trivella plus. A lot of good stuff there too. Oh, no, Tavares has a card. Trailblazers Turbo. You can use Trailblazers Turbo for him. That's actually pretty cool. Hooray. I mean, honestly, like if you went down this route, that's kind of crazy. He's massive in game. I actually wonder what he's like defensively. Because he has Bruiser and Block now. But that's like a really big boost in certain areas because he was 100% going to be a sloppy player like beforehand. For sure. So this is a very good improvement. Olivier Giroud. I mean, again, you can go down this route for now, and then he can potentially get improved in the future if you want him to have Trivella now. So it's not horrible to go down that route. Just remember that. Upamecano. So if you did We Play Possession on him, and then you put Le Bleu onto him, again, very good improvements. Bruiser plus, no intercept and stuff. Long ball pass, pinged pass, tiki-taka, yeah. Trivella plus, a little bit wasteful on a card like that, but a very good improvement. Very good improvement. Little double evil right there. Tudom or Tudom cards, I guess from like different variations, right? So if you did intro to stat limits, the octopus, Le Bleu, you get something crazy like that. Look at this one. This one's nuts. What's the plus plus for this one? Dang, he has holding plus plus on this one. Holy. Holding plus plus? Seriously? Oh, this one looks really crazy. If you went down this route, yeah, that looks nuts. Tudom is just that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's just that guy this year. But again, very hard to see anyone going down that route with the SBC being so incredibly cheap. Pempe, Fofana. So a lot of these cards, guys, like going down the list, like I said, you're going to see a lot of options that have a really good boost in the dribbling pace department, which is obviously fantastic. But I don't know. I feel like they could potentially just do something like that in the future with like another sort of card. Because like I said, I think with the playstyle pluses, like this is a good short-term solution, 100%. Like if you want to go short-term with this one, there's a couple of really, really nice choices. But long-term wise, like, I don't know, you go like Zidane or something, man. I think a card like this, if you still have all your evils and stuff, like this looks like it makes way more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like just cards like that make sense. Ella with future improvements makes sense as well. Guendouzi, not bad to go down that route too. Like Trivella's for midfielders and forwards just make more sense. Like even any of these versions of Tudom would make sense. But again, if you are looking at it from like a short-term perspective, then yeah, you could totally go down the route of giving it to these center backs because a passing and a dribbling boost, like those two specifically, it is a really big deal to work with. But it's a big deal to work with for now. In the future, it depends. You know what I'm saying? And again, guys, when it comes to evolutions, we kind of just like skim past them, right? But there are chain evolutions that you could potentially do that turns cards into really good players. Like I already know that the people are going to go in the comment section and they're going to be like, oh, but you didn't talk about this, because that happens all the time, right? But you know, like these are some of the options that we obviously looked at because, you know, they get certain improvements that, you know, from the chains that look good. But there's also cards like this, right? So with Yoro, which we saw earlier, you can get to the initial improvement, but then you have an improvement like this, where if you did the chain evolution on him, obviously really good stat improvements, right? It's just like, it's kind of cool because you can use these cards earlier, right? Like Yoro, I mean, I could totally see him getting like a future stars at some point in the future, like that sort of promo card. But if you want to do this like right now, you know, Defender Plus, Stopper Plus, really good boost, right? So we can even search that one up specifically. So if we were to go to Yoro. So again, that's why when we look at, because I say this all the time, but people never listen to this, right? But with evolutions, you kind of have to like see what's the what the chains are, right? So that guy, so this doesn't even show the best chain. So I don't even know how this guy gets this. Kind of crazy, but you know. Varane is another good example as well, right? So Sprint Supreme, we play Possession, Les Bleus. So if I were to go here, so again, you have to like really check if you want to go down the route of center backs, right? So we play Possession, Intro Stat Elements, Les Bleus for that one. But this guy has like an 86 pace boost on his. So you would just kind of like look through that. And this, that one doesn't even show up here. So I get confused as to how those guys even show that. I guess it's like not fully accurate. Maybe. Sprint Supreme, we play Possession, Les Bleus transforms into that. So then where is this? Like, does Footbin even have this? Let's see. What if I just do this? No. What about Easy SPC? Let's see. I'm curious. Evolutions. Let's go to Yoro. Yeah, I don't even know how they're getting those cards. So, I mean, you guys are going to know more than me when it comes to that. That's for sure. But again, with evolutions, check out some of the chains you can do. All that good stuff. I'm actually kind of confused about this because Konate 87. I think these are not like fully demonstrating the right things here, I guess. Let's see here. Konate. Is it because they're showing, like, they're not showing expired ones? I guess that's it, right? No, but foot.gg would show it. A little confusing. A little confusing. 83. Hey, man. Your guess is as good as mine, guys. Check out Evo Lab for expired pass. Is that it? Hide used Evos. No idea. I don't even know how these guys are getting these crazy ratings on these. Let's see from the first one here. Let's see what they say. Yeah, these cards we saw. How these guys are getting these dudes, the best one, Kimpembe. See, everyone's doing it on center backs because I guess, I mean, listen, like I said, the stat improvements are good. I'm not going to say that they're not. But it's just the Trivela Plus for long term, you know? But again, I guess if you're looking at it from like short term, then... But it's not even short term, though. Like, the passing and dribbling is nice. I'm not going to say that it isn't. Yeah, you guys got to let me know about that one. You got to let me know about that one. But for now, we'll call the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to go ahead and check out the Jude one next.